Vortex, do you want to know what my least favorite sentence in the entire world is? After, do you have a boyfriend? How are you? I feel like that's an American thing. I don't know. I haven't been to other countries, but
I know you know that story.
I feel like America is probably the fakest one. So it figures that the phrase "How are you" would be so popular here. You know, I don't like it when people ask me that because I'm a very honest person, so I tend to disappoint people with my answer. And that's not because my life is bad, but I'm just not a liar, and I'm not the type of person to like pretend that I'm, you know, like all uppity when I'm not. Some people get offended. Some people get upset, you know, if you don't have some bold exclamation declaring how fabulous you are. I used to always say I'm decent. People in my drive-thru would start repeating that, which is kind of cool that I can influence people in the drive-thru. But yeah, usually when people ask me that, it's because they don't actually care. And I think that's my biggest problem with it. It's one thing if you actually give a fuck and you're sincere about it, but most of the time when people ask you how you are, they're in the process of walking away from you. So they clearly don't give a shit. It's just routine for them to recite these lines that mean absolutely nothing. That was the first joke I ever did, and I did it at this place that's now a full-blown communist establishment. It's called the East Room. They're checking for people's papers at the door. Even after my governor signed a law that said that businesses can be fined if they do that, they still want to prove how liberal they are, so they're still doing it. Not that we had any strong desire to go back and perform at this shithole, but this was the first place where I ever did stand-up comedy. And the first joke that I ever did, I was making fun of people that ask you how you are. And I fucking killed it. My first joke. It was my best joke. And I did that joke first. And I don't think I was intentionally trying to take Louis C.K.'s advice, but that's what he does. He always does his best joke first. That's actually really smart. But yeah, I knew from that moment on that I was supposed to do stand-up comedy. And not because people laughed at me, but because they laughed at something that was social commentary that was accurate and echoed my resentment towards society. And I think that people share this resentment, and I think that people share this confusion and this frustration, but they don't know how to voice it the way that I can. So that's why I do a lot of different voices, because I have a lot of feelings about it. But whew. Yeah, I hate it when people text me like, "How are you? How are you?" I'd be a lot better if you didn't ask me that question. I'm sick of this question. I'm sick of you pretending to give a shit about me. I don't want to be sarcastic though. Because what if the person was actually sincere and then I'm just being a cunt? You know? Because I don't know if somebody's sincere or not. But I also feel like people ask me how I am because they want to talk to me, but they don't actually care. It's just one of those things where, because it's a social norm, people just feel the need to say it, even though it has no meaning. But there's this chick I work with. She has borderline personality disorder, and she'll come into the restaurant and ask people how they are. She doesn't give a shit, because whether you say good or bad or terrible or I'm contemplating suicide, whatever the fuck, she'll be like, "Oh, really? That's great. Let me talk about myself." You know? That's why she says it. You see, I know that. And not just about her, because I think everybody's got borderline personality, not just this bitch. But it's like people say, "How are you?" so that they can say something else that has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your actual state of mind, you know? So it's just bullshit. It's a bullshit catchphrase. Now, I used to be like this bitch that I work with. But that's also because I just got a lot going on in my head, man. The cool thing, though, I have real patient friends that were understanding of that. And they're like, you know, there's a lot that I'm learning from her about myself. Because I always let it all hang out, you know, when it comes to my crazy. But, I don't know. I've done enough of that in my life, and I feel like I understand it pretty well. I've smoked a lot of pot. Smoking pot allowed me to go inside myself and really get it. Really get what was going on. And now that I don't have to do that anymore, I also don't have to constantly talk about myself. So, I feel like it's my punishment for being this way. Like, I have all these people that are like so long-winded that come up to me and just talk my fucking ear off. I mean, it's okay. I guess it's God's practical joke.